Okay. Okay.
I'm here for the gangbang.
Keefer After Dark brought to you by GrillYourAssOff.com. Use the code PulpMX to save with those guys. I absolutely love this stuff. This is a must-have for cooking. All that free meat that I got from JT, I've been just sprinkling the Grill Your Ass Off stuff on it. It's fantastic.
We're getting a lot of Instagrams with people using it.
Really?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
So.
So.
I love beating my meat, Steve. How much do I love it, Connor? I'll do it on the back deck, in the kitchen, at my neighbor's barbecue even, and just about anywhere I can. The only requirement is that I use Grill Your Ass Off to really top off that tender meat with a variety of flavor to satisfy even the pickiest taste buds, just like Cole's. Flavors like gunpowder for steak, infidel for pork. You can't go wrong. Check out the full lineup of seasonings, jerky, sauces, and gear at GrillYourAssOff.com.
GrillYourAssOff.com.
Do you beat your meat unannounced?
I know when I'm going to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
GrillYourAssOff.com. Thank you to those guys. Absolutely love it. You love the Whiskey Pete? No.
Yes.
Whiskey Pete is what your deal is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Love it.
Mine is the steak stuff.
My deuce.
My Deuce. Oh my God, it's so good.
I haven't tried it yet.
You haven't tried My Deuce?
No, I've been on the Pete's.
Bro, you have to try My Deuce.
Okay.
I'll
do it.
Are you a griller?
I don't have any.
Yeah, I grill.
I'll give you a sample.
Can we give you a sample pack?
Absolutely.
All right.
I'll put it on my tomahawk.
Well, I can't give you a sample pass with his favorite seasoning because he took the seasoning out of.
You don't have any chicken season. I took it all.
He took it out with all sample packs.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why my sample pack only had 6 instead of 7.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rude.
Yeah. So these are questions submitted for Keefer After Dark for relationship questions and advice, and let's get going, shall we?
That's
Ready?
thick. It's a thick.
It is.
Okay.
This is from Anonymous. They all are, let's face it. Hey, Keefer, not sure if this is the right email, but I'm going to send it anyways. I've been struggling and trying to find out what to do with my situation. I'm 20 years old and spent 3 years with a girl that I thought was the one. It was awesome for a while. She started getting clingy. I stopped hanging out with my friends to be with her. Her decision. For a little while, she was kind of all I had. She would even get upset when I would go ride because I wasn't spending time with her. Needless to say, I ended things. I tried out other girls, but nothing really stuck because I had her on my mind. I went back a couple times, but nothing felt the same. She claims she changed her ways and is chill now. I'm not so sure how to get over this. It's been a couple years since a long relationship, but still keep in touch every once in a while, but doesn't feel organic like it once did. I'm an outgoing person. I like to be in crowds, but every time I get in a relationship, I bail. SOS, I need advice. She's a solid 10 with the best fucking body, dude. Thank you if you read this. Anything would help. Not to mention my mom gets mad when I go back because she knows the situation. He's 20.
Common situation. You get a chick. You kind of bail on your friends, even willingly yourself, or the chick gets attached and you end up spending more time with her. That's just like a common thing. Like I've had so many friends over the years. We hang out a lot. They get a chick, and they're just kind of MIA. A perfect example is Ricky. Ricky's got a new chick. No offense, but he's hanging out with her. That's what happens. You got a new piece of ass. You're hanging out with that for a while, and you alienate your friends. Now, if she's running the show and she's telling you can't and you want to go hang with your homies, that's a problem. You broke up. I would at least give her another go around and try. If she says, hey, I'm a little bit better, I'm not going to screw you over, I'm going to let you do what you want, might as well try. If she's a 10 and she's banging like you say, chances are high that you're not going to find something like that anywhere else, especially if you look like me. And I feel at least give her a chance. Test her out. Give her a test run. Like, be with her for a few weeks.
Prove that she's changed.
Yes. Give her a few weeks, hang out with her, and then say, hey, I'm going to go out. It's guy night. I'm going to go out. Let's see what happens. See if she's up your ass. See if she's saying she's freaking out. And if she does do something stupid, bounce.
Can I add something to that?
Yeah.
It might kill multiple birds with one stone here. Have a conversation and set some clear boundaries. Explain, hey, I need space to hang out with my friends. I need the ability to go ride. It doesn't mean I don't love you. Doesn't mean I don't want to spend time with you, but I have these other things that I want to do too.
Right.
And it also, while you're setting those boundaries, you might clear up some of that awkwardness because you get a chance to just communicate and hash everything out that you maybe wanted to say for a long time, but you didn't get a chance to say it.
Absolutely.
And if you can't have that hard conversation, it's never going to work long term because you have to be able to have that communication.
I like his answer better.
So have that conversation up front. You don't come at it from like an attacking way and say, this is how it's going to be. Say, hey, I want to work things out. I want to try things again. I want to make this work. But there's a couple things that I want to make sure that we're on the same page on so we don't run into some problems.
Mm-hmm.
Lay them out. Make sure you're delicate about it because you have to be.
It kind of sounds like he's done that. And like they've had that talk because she said she's not going to do that anymore. So I feel like they've had that conversation. So that's why I agree. Everything you said is spot on. Communication, you need it. But you got to test run it. You got to at least try it.
Yeah.
So, but you're right. Totally. Communication.
Twitter question just came in from Corey. Can you moto with your boss? She's ruthlessly hot and she is into me.
No.
How much do you like your job?
Right.
Yeah.
Never shit where you live.
It depends. If you're willing to get fired for it, send it.
If it's a McDonald's job and
Yeah,
you're just
yeah,
like,
right,
fuck it,
right.
you know?
If it's something you've been working hard for and it'd be hard to replace, then maybe not. But
Yeah, I
All
wouldn't
right.
do it.
This is from Justin. After listening to the last KAD, I thought I might actually have a suggestion for Keefer. In this episode, he mentioned he has many times before, that he has issues with finishing motos early and has to resort to thinking about other things and even telling poor Heather she can't moan. True. Right?
True.
Later, Keefer mentioned that he only used a condom with Heather one time because it feels so much better without one.
True.
Keefer sounds like one of those vet riders who's afraid to admit that a little heavier flywheel weight might actually mellow things out and let him enjoy more time on the track. I admit that I have the same issue as Keefer. Even though my wife is on birth control, we still use a condom the majority of the time because it definitely helps me moto a little longer. My wife is on board with it. The ease of cleanup is a big plus. I know a good portion of the listening audience is single and on the prowl and should be wrapping it up because even Keefer himself has said, if you're barebacking, be careful, dude.
is that a quote? Is that a direct quote?
Yeah, it was.
This is why I'm suggesting a rubber shootout as a next bedroom project for Keefer testing. We get input from both Chris and Heather on what the best compounds and tread patterns work. You could even get the resident Pulpamex rubber expert Randy Richardson to weigh in, as I'm sure he would have some interesting thoughts on the subject. Who knows? Maybe there's a Babindum blend factory spec out there that none of us were aware of.
Yeah, if you're barebacking, be careful, dude.
That's right. There's no way in hell I'm ever wearing a condom with Heather. Just not going to happen. Now,
it would
if it's
help
for the sake of testing, I will do that.
But
I
this
will
guy's
do-
saying if you're worried about finishing early,
There's other ways. You don't resort to a condom to try to last longer if you're married. You don't do that. That's like, I'm trying to give an analogy. That's like, hey, man, I'm riding a 250F and I'm going to go down to an 85 because it has less power. Like, you're not going to do it. You're an adult. You're not going to do that. So, I've got to put my mind somewhere. Mental coach here probably knows all about it. He's got to go somewhere in his space at some point.
You said you think about baseball, so then we got an email about thinking about Chris Betts.
Whatever works. If it's bets, basset hounds, it doesn't matter. Like, as long as it puts you in a space where you can make sure she can finish. I'm all about letting Heather do what she needs to do. And then when she's kind of, I'm satisfied, I'm good. Sometimes
like
I
that?
can't make it. So she just needs to. Heather's aggressive, dude. Let's just boil it down. Like, it's tough.
Yeah.
She's aggressive. Sometimes I feel like she's rushing me. Like, she wants it hard. And I'm like, I can't do it that hard out of the gate. Like, I'm not Adam Cincerello. I'm
Yeah.
a Zach Osborne. I'm fucking
Yeah.
going for a duration.
You're correct, Christian Craig.
So
Solid.
Smooth and
Just
easy.
solid.
Yeah.
just smooth, yeah.
Just solid and smooth.
Yeah, so rubber shootout. If you want to send me a bunch of rubbers, we can do this. We can do this for After Dark. And I can maybe talk about texture, feeling.
Okay.
It'd be great.
All right. Paul writes in, hey, Steve, Chris, and whoever else, love all the content. A little backstory myself. I'm 23, and a year and a half ago, my 5-year-long relationship ended in quite a terrible way. We were high school sweethearts and really loved each other. She had a rough family upbringing, and I wanted to help her out as much as I could because I cared so much. When she went to college, I moved out and stayed at her parents'. She eventually just moved into my place unofficially. She mooched off me. I paid rent, groceries, drove her to school and a job, paid her meds. Anytime we went out or did anything, the whole 9 yards. She was completely dependent on me while I was receiving nothing in return. I had a good paying job. Hold on. And so I didn't bat an eye too much. Towards the end of the relationship, we decided that she needed to move out and we both needed some space from each other for a little bit. We didn't talk for about a month. I went to try and talk with her and she blocked me. Blocked my number and all of social media. I tried to contact her and was told through mutual friends that she has said she never wanted to see me again. Pretty fucked up after 5 years and not getting an official goodbye. This chick sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I don't want to get back together with her, but I just wanted to talk and leave on good terms. Took me a while to get over it, but I'm good now. Fast forward to the present day. I moved away to pursue a career. I finally meet a girl that's pretty cool, and I enjoy being with her. She's the first girl I've been with since the last relationship. We've been together for a few months now. I took her back home when she met my friends and family. My friends all commented to me how similar this new girl is to my ex. I did notice some similarities, but I didn't think too much of it. It's more an appearance, not the way she acts or depends on me. Even people who haven't met her said, just from social media, she reminds me of my ex. Should I be concerned with this? I think I just have a type, but an alarming amount of people have said this to me. I brought this up to her, and she's not really bothered by it, but I know in the back of my head all my time, I'm thinking I only like her because she looks like my ex. Do I just blow off what my friends have been saying, or should I really take a second look at the road I'm going down?
No, look, I had a similar road. I had a Heather before Heather. And when I got with my wife, I took her places, and they thought it was my old chick because they looked very similar. So that's the reason why we came up with Big Heather and Little Heather. My current wife was named Little Heather because she didn't have any fake boobs, and my old chick did. And then Heather got fake boobs, so then they really couldn't tell them apart. So I think it's just a type. I mean, I have a type. I like blondes and I like boobs. It's pretty simple. And that's what I went with. So I wouldn't stress on it. I think it happens.
Yeah,
If you have a type, you have a type.
Yeah.
I mean, I have the exact same story as you.
Yeah.
My chick now, the girl that I was dating before her, was also a 5'7", skinny, pretty blonde girl. Like, yeah, that's just what I've always liked, blonde girls.
Yeah. And it doesn't mean anything that they're the same, mentally.
No.
Right. So, yeah, don't worry about it. Keep moving.
Did you guys catch in the beginning when he said he paid for her meds?
Yeah. That's a strong red flag
I was
right
like,
there.
whoa.
Yeah.
That right there, that was a big one.
Especially if she reacted that way.
Yeah.
Stevie? Okay. Oh, you must really like this one.
No, I don't see any meds. I don't remember saying meds.
You heard that?
I heard that too.
Oh, yeah, no. Paid for her meds. You're right.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
There's like certain lines you don't cross. You don't pay for somebody else's. Like
Some of these guys can do themselves some favors. What Connor, said, like, communicate. Most guys are not good at it. Just try it. Women like it.
Well, fucking Corey should have communicated about moto scores.
Yeah, he should have.
This is from Wyatt.
Cole. It was Cole.
Answer this one for the older guys in the room. When is it okay to go outside the relationship for sex when you've been married for 20 plus years? I mean, never? We had a good marriage until probably the last 10 years. She has been AWOL ever since, no matter what I do. Clean the house, wash clothes, clean cars, work, sweep the floor, be romantic. It's as if I don't exist anymore to her. She will sit in front of the TV for hours, pounding Tito's and watching shows with plenty of sex and adult content. If I walk into the room, she almost falls off the couch trying to switch the channel. Enough is enough, man. Every guy who puts in the time deserves some attention. I'm tired AF of waiting for her to be in the mood when it's clear she'd rather booze the night away. Way too many hot chicks out there to live a starved sex life. I have some hooks in the water, and I'm thinking about to catch a big 34 double D fish. My kids are in college, and we need each other financially. We own some property together, so I just can't walk away. I need real advice now, Chris. And please don't tell me to paint her fingernails, bro. Thanks.
A lot of things go.
That's a real one.
Yeah, and this maybe not fully, but I think this is a common thing in long-term marriages. At some point in time, you run into the crossroads, I would assume, and I feel like the 10-year mark was with me. Like, I felt like I needed to go do something else, but I didn't. At some point in time, you're just so used to each other. You're around each other 24/7. You raised your kids. They're out of the house. You're comfortable. You don't think either one of you are going to go anywhere. I hear a lot. I have a couple friends that are like, who's going to take me? I'm 50-some years old. I don't want to start dating again. So you're just there at the house, The answer is not to go fuck chicks. The answer is what we were talking about earlier. Talk. Why aren't we having sex? What is the problem? She gives you reasons. You need to work on those things. If those are unreasonable, then you need to make a decision personally on what you need to do. You need to go get a divorce, or you need to go cheat. That's on you. You're an adult. You can do what you want to do, but you at least need to figure out, for peace of mind, why it isn't happening. It could be a woman problem. Maybe she has some woman problems. Maybe because you're a slob pig and you stink.
Stink dick.
You stink dick. You
Possible.
don't know. You got to let it out. Air it all out. And then if you can come to some common ground, cool. Then it's going to help your sex life. If she's watching sex like he said she kind of is on the TV and then she turns it, it's obviously in there. Maybe it's just something simple as in talking about something you do in the bedroom. Maybe it's something it's not working out. I could answer half of these fucking questions.
3/4 of them.
Just to fucking talk. Talk to your chicks.
He said he needs her financially because they go on property together and
I
stuff.
was going to comment on that part of it. So it sounds like this guy has to make a decision. So either like he still loves her, they love each other, and like they get along and the relationship's good. It's just missing the sex.
Right.
Or from what it sounds like, maybe it's not. None of it's good. Maybe the relationship's bad, the sex is bad, and the only reason he's there is because there's the financial aspect where they own property together.
I think that's more what
And
it
if
is.
that's the
Yeah,
case,
you like that?
if that's the case, and I don't know anybody, I don't know this guy's particular financial situation, but one thing that I've learned, and one thing I tried not to do is live my life about money, because if you live your life to be happy, then then you're going to be happy. If you live your life to have a large number in the bank account, you could be miserable. What are you going to open up your bank account, look at it, and all of a sudden be happy again?
Right.
So this guy has to walk away from $100,000 or $200,000 or $300,000 property to have the
Or
ability.
just split it up rightfully. So what's
going to happen? He's going to cheat, and you're going to get divorced
get caught,
anyway.
Get caught, and
Yeah.
then you get taken to the cleaners rather than doing it amicably.
Just
But don't live your life about the money and the fear of what could happen. Like,
right.
do what you want to do when you wake up every morning, you know?
And I think most of these dudes are pissed off at their wives because they've been married for so fucking long. And maybe they had a thing for so long and now it's not there. They just get cut off. I mean, I have a lot of buddies that just get cut off from sex. And they're like, what the fuck?
That's brutal.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
But they need to figure out what the deal is. And if it doesn't, if you're not getting it at home, then you need to end the relationship as a man. Because if you're still sexually active and you're older, you're going to fuck up because you're going to be unhappy at home. And then you're really going to get in deep shit and get a divorce and then all the other crap that women are going to do to you when they find out.
God, I love sex.
It's great.
It's the best.
But not to get in your personal life, but like you and your
That means I'm going to get into your personal life.
Can we tell if Laura's watching?
but you and your fiance, you guys mutually know what keeps us intact. You need this, this, and this. She needs this, this, and this. We're good.
Well, and like we've identified each other's sexual
Love languages.
Right. Like for me, I'm very simple. Put something sexy on. I'm easy. I'm visual.
Right.
For her,
All men
it's
are.
just- she wants to feel adored, and she wants me to do something nice for her, or take her out to dinner, or cook for her, or something like that. Like that's her language.
Right.
Just figure it out.
Right.
Buy a cat.
Get some pussy.
Buy a pussy to get some pussy.
Yeah.
Please don't use my name on this. Keefer, I need your advice. A few years ago, I test rode a brand new YZ450, and she was the best bike I've ever ridden. I was in love with her for years, but she moved away, so I
Hold
couldn't.
on, stop. Can we stop with the fucking rating of the bikes on the Twitter, please? Can we stop?
Mark said it was 300 and something.
It's got to stop.
That was like not even 24 hours after like the show ended. It was like 6 p.m. the next day after the show.
Rate my fender,
like
rate my
250
bike,
bikes.
I was
rate
gonna
my
say, yeah,
wife. Everything's rate.
Did you guys notice how every Yamaha got 10 out of 10?
Yes,
I was
11
gonna
out
say,
of
There was
noticed.
one.
11 out of 10.
Yeah, there was one that got 11.
Yeah.
You guys notice that?
No.
Yeah, no, we don't know what the fuck's going on.
I mean, I was hoping I'd slide it in there.
Very, very subtle.
All right.
There's 300 tweets
Dude, please stop.
all day. I was just
No, you're
fucking
probably
all
over.
day.
You're probably over 400 easy. By
Really?
Now. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude, just.
That was took up half of your day.
Oh, yeah. I was fucked.
Time well spent.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Time Management by Steve Mathis.
A few years ago, I rode a new YZ450. She was the best bike I ever rode. I was in love with her for years, but she moved away, so I couldn't lock her down. When she moved back, I was finally going back to the dealership to buy the bike, so to speak. And when I got there, I found out that my childhood best friend actually bought the bike a couple days before I had the chance.
Wow.
I was heartbroken, but I've never gotten over just how good that Blue Crew felt to ride. About a year ago, I bought a 06 CRF 450. She's a great bike and so reliable and so fast and great to ride. I even bought a PW50 with her. And that was delivered just after we ordered it 9 months ago. I love my '06. I could definitely spend the rest of my life with her. But she'll never quite fill that void of that YZF. A couple weeks ago, my friend sold the bike, and she reached out to me over text after not speaking to her for a few years to get my advice about what to do and how to get him to buy her back. So the chick said, "Hey, I like your buddy. How can I get your buddy back?" My question is, should I seize the opportunity to finally tell her how I always felt about her and risk my relationship with my trusty '06, or should I move on and keep my feelings inside, bury them? Would it be selfish to tell her I love her and not do anything about it?
You can't do that, dude.
It sounds like he's in love with the sex of the Yamaha, which is common. I've told Heather this many times. I've been with a few women. She is not Heather's vagina isn't. It wasn't the best feeling vagina I've ever had in my life. So at times I'm going to beat off and go to the fan favorites and think of the best vagina. But
That's right.
Heather's and I sex is the best sex I've ever had because of what we share mentally. And to me, that's stronger. So what he's feeling, normal. He might be thinking about that old or the new Yamaha. He's got an '06 now. Maybe not as good as the Yamaha, but in everything else in life, that '06 is more reliable. It's better. You have a little P-dub now. Why fuck all that up over something
And she's
that's
not into
physical?
you. She was trying to get his
And
buddy
she
back.
already
Yeah.
fucking bounced and went with the dude. So I'm just trying to paint a picture for everybody. These feelings that these guys have is normal. Look, I'm married to Heather. I love Heather more than anything in life. Is she the best of everything that I've ever had? No. But she's the most well-rounded, and that's why I married her.
I got two things on this one.
Yes.
The moment the PW comes into play, things
Changes.
change.
Yep.
Yeah, it'd be a different conversation if the PW wasn't in. Second thing, sometimes you build things up to be better because it's been 10, 20 years, however long it's been. You just, at that time, it was so amazing, but as time goes on, it gets better and better and better. Just like how when you look back to when you're kids and you thought that jump was super big, and then you go back to that track 10 years later and the jump wasn't as big as you thought it was. You could bail on your '06, go back to the Blue Crew, be so hyped for it, and then it's not quite what you
Got fucking
remembered
problems
it.
that you hate.
Right, or it's not quite what you remembered it.
Blue
You
Crew's
built it
fucking
up in
good.
your head,
Right.
Or we talk, but so that's what I don't know. It's a bit different now, the PW, and that's the big thing.
And there's women listening to this too, or wives of husbands listening to this. Chances are really high that your dick isn't the biggest dick they've ever had. They're just telling you that. Okay? And they might think about
That's fucked up.
bigger dick that they've had.
That's fucked up.
Heather's told me that's not the biggest dick. Am I bummed out? Sure, I'm bummed.
Sure, I'm bummed.
But, I mean, it is what it is. Fuck it. So, move on, dude.
All right. Hey, Keefer, not sure if this is the right email, but I'm going to send this. I've been struggling trying to figure out what to do with my situation. I'm 20 years old and spent 3 years with a girl that I thought was the one. Same email.
Same email? Chuck it.
Yeah,
Same.
different wording, but same email.
Uh-huh. He's trying to get it in there.
Right?
We answered it.
Hold on. Yeah, same email. All right. Here's my question for Keefer After Dark. Keefer, I'm 38. I'm male. I travel for work and an awesome career. I've typically gone for 5 days and home for 5. I'll be in a relationship for 4 to 6 months, then be single for a couple of years. Married once at 25, but it was a bad match, so we separated. I'm realistically a 7.5, and I've been with my fair share of attractive ladies, but there's always some glaring defect that I can't get over. Hence, most of my relationships being 6 months or less. Things like she is overly controlling, parties too much, not trustworthy, etc. I'm comfortable being alone between these failures and just learned that is called quirky alone, meaning you'd rather be alone than settle for someone less than what you want. But at 38, I'm starting to wonder, do you think I'm approaching the age where settling on less is the best option? It's not that I have crazy expectations or require movie starlet looks. Good job, equal level of physical looks, and overall pleasant personality is really all I'm looking for. But between the pilot life schedule and terrible selection in my home state, the pickings are slim. I'm interested in your advice, and no, it's not a fear of commitment. It's a belief that waiting for a great one is better than me for settling for someone who will prove to be unfulfilling.
It's an interesting one.
So I'll let you. For me, be single, man. There's nothing wrong with what you're doing. You have a job, you travel, you tried dating. It wasn't what you wanted. Who's writing the book of your life? You are. Who cares?
Wow.
Confucius over here.
Who's writing the book of your life?
Chris Fuchsius.
You are.
Chris Nicholas Sparks
all
Keefer.
all this shit. That was pretty good. I didn't even know I said that. I blacked out. It was awesome. You know what's best for you. I can tell you something. I can try to guide you, or Connor, or Steve, or whatever. But you know what's best for you.
And I know not doing a cameo is fucking the best.
No,
for
we're
me.
doing cameos. That is the best thing for everybody, including yourself. This guy, he's 38. That's still young. I have a lot of friends that are single, just haven't found the right one, or they're divorced and now they're single. You're going to know when it's time to settle down because you'll just know. I have a lot of friends that are older and like, oh, man, same thing. I should just be with this chick, but I don't like this. I go, don't do it, man. Because you're going to get married and it's not going to work. You're going to be unhappy. And that's worse in the position that you're in right now.
You have a friend that got married and you called it and you said that's not going to work. And it's going terribly.
And it's horrible.
And you said that. You said this ain't going to work.
I didn't go to his wedding because I knew it wasn't going to work.
Yes. It was so obvious.
I'm just like.
And here they are like a year and a half or whatever later. And guess what?
You're going to know when you're in love. Like, when I asked Heather to marry me, I knew this is the one I wanted to be with. I was done. This is it. And I was 30. I was almost 30 years old. So.
I needed a green card.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you knew that was the right moment.
Yeah. No, I knew that I needed to get that green card right now.
You saw the price of that visa, and it was
I had to strike when that green card was hot.
I just think with social media and society now, they paint a picture. You need to do this, or this. It's whatever is right for you.
Look, we don't have kids.
Exactly. And how many people are like, how come you guys don't have kids?
Yeah. And we're just always like, nah.
Right. So that's your life.
Yeah.
That's what you guys want.
We're totally happy.
And it works for you.
Yes.
That's what you should look at.
So if Home Skillet wants to be alone.
And you haven't found one, that's fine.
Yep.
You could be lonely at times. Trust me, I understand that. You're going to be at home like, fuck, wish I had a chick right now. I get it. But it's going to be worse if you have a chick there. You're going, fuck, I wish I was fucking.
No, you're going to be like that guy a few emails back.
Yeah.
Where she just watches, sits, drinks, pounds Tito's.
It's easier to be alone and lonely than have someone there that you don't want there.
Yeah.
Trust me on this.
Yeah. So and now there's Tinder and there's everything. You can fucking.
He's a pilot, dude.
Yeah.
He's going to get pussy all the time.
I agree with everything Keefer said. The only thing I'll add is if you're looking for something wrong, you're going to find it. So if you go into the relationship and you're keeping your eye out to see what is imperfect or what's not going to work with this one, you're always going to find it. No one, maybe not no one, but pretty much no one would be able to say, my significant other is perfect. There's nothing about them that I don't like. There's nothing about them.
No, Pookie's perfect.
Okay, so everyone but Steve.
She's listening.
Everyone but Steve.
Who the fuck is Olivia?
Exactly.
There's always going to be something that may bother you, but you're going to have to learn how to live with it. And the same goes the other way. There's always going to be something about you that bothers your significant other. So I guess if you're looking for something wrong, you're probably going to find it. That's all I would say.
Listen, Connor, I'm writing my book of life.
You're writing the book of your own life.
I'm writing the book of my life.
That's straight up. Look.
Thank God, fucking the guys in fucking Dungeons and Dragons aren't writing my book of my life.
Cameo.
Skateboard.
Please start that, please.
Filming your own Cameo.
If we start a Cameo, the first
skateboard?
request is going to be like, can
What's
you
it
tell
called?
me to write the
Snowboard.
book of my own
Snowboard.
life?
Snowboard. Shit brick house. Is that what I said?
Yeah. Yeah.
What is it? What is it? Brick
Brick
house?
shit house.
Oh, shit brick.
So
Hold on.
you made me make a note here on Keeper After Dark.
Yes.
Best beat off story.
So this came up while I was testing our day with some group of dudes.
Keeper's like, hey, make a note. I'm like, okay.
I was just thinking about.
Write best beat off story. Okay.
And then he wanted all of ours earlier.
Yeah, well,
I've got a super good one, but I'm not telling you guys on air.
fuck, dude.
It's so good.
Right. This
But
is what I'm saying.
It's for you guys because you're my friends.
Right.
I don't know if I'm ready for the public.
Okay,
to
I'm
know.
not going to force it. It's not peer pressure. But I have a beat off story. But what we talked about in general is like, do you remember what age you started beating off?
Yeah.
What age?
12, 13, somewhere around there.
So Aiden's 14 years old, right? So I'm always having these thoughts of,
Is he beating
where
off?
is he doing it? I know it's happening.
Like-
I go, hey, man, we have this conversation. I'm open with my kid. I go, it's natural, but there's a line that you need to learn. Like, there's certain times that you can do it, right? So we were having this conversation at the track, and I'm like, I have a great beat-off story. And then my beat-off story was, I was about my son's age. It was late at night, and I don't want my parents knowing what I'm doing because I think it's wrong, right? Because we haven't had this conversation. So back in my old house, my parents were down the hallway to the right, and I had a bathroom that was right before my parents' bedroom, so they could always hear me when I flipped the light on, or they knew I was up. So I snuck out in the dark, and I thought I needed to beat off with some kind of liquid, right? 'Cause I was always taught, like, or your homies always said, you can't beat off dry, bro. You got to have something to beat off with. So I crawled underneath my parents' bathroom sink to try to find something blindly, like in the dark, that felt like some kind of liquid, right? So I'm feeling around, thinking.
This is terrible. I don't know where this is going to go.
I know where it's going.
It's getting soap, and it's going to hurt
I know
real
where
bad.
it's going. I'm pretty
So
sure it's
I
soap,
found
so-
something, grabbed it, went back to my bedroom, didn't even turn the light on, squirted it on my hand, beat off, finished, no problems, didn't get caught, success. Next morning, I have skin coming off my dick. Like literally peeling, like I was sunburned. Like it literally had chemical burn around my dick and my balls. And I was peeling, like shedding like a fucking lizard. I ended up beating off conditioner that I guess had some chemical reaction to my dick. So that was one of my beat off stories, and that spawned off on when'd you beat off. So you don't have any stories like that. You have a story.
I've never gotten scales, or like I've never had my dick like
burned. Yeah.
No.
Have you beat off so much when you were younger that you just made your dick raw?
I don't want to admit this, but I did.
Yes, and we all have. That's what I'm saying. You guys don't have a fucking story like that?
Not quite like that, no.
No.
How many times? What is the most times you beat off in a day, Steve?
I think just once.
See, you're fucking Cameo. This is bullshit.
I mean, if you pay me more money on Cameo, I'll tell you the real story. If you want to get beat off stories on Cameo, it's gonna.
That is what I'm saying.
That's gonna be $500 to $700.
Hey everybody! I just paid Steve because I want to hear your beat off story. Hey Chad, how's it going? You can just look at the phone. Well, here's my beat off story.
Here we go. Welcome to Cameo.
This is great.
It was a cold night in Manitoba.
No,
Oh my God.
That's insane that you would just rummage through a sink underneath a sink dark at late night and grab whatever you can. That's just insane.
I was young. I didn't know. Right?
I mean, you just.
How do you not know what you're using? What if it's,
Yeah.
what if it's like Drano or something?
I thought he was going to say
Yeah.
Nair or
Like,
something.
oh,
Can you
yeah.
imagine?
Oh my God! Thank God that wasn't in there.
Yeah, like Drano or
Any number of
any
things.
number of things.
It was like Jaboba
Windex.
or something. Jaboba conditioner or something.
Oh my God.
So
Lipstick on
no
your
one
dipstick.
story. Anything?
Talon, how you doing with your chick? How's it
Hold
going?
on. One question.
Okay.
Would you rather? You have a choice.
Yeah.
BJ or hand job?
What kind of fucking question
Yeah.
is that?
Yeah. I
Because
don't know.
this was some guys were saying hand job.
They
They're
must be
idiots.
getting shitty blowjobs.
Yeah, they're idiots.
Blowjobs, everybody?
Yeah.
Why?
It just feels better.
That's what you're gonna come with.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
your fucking article. If we're gonna write about this, just feels better. You're not gonna describe it to me at all.
Keefer, what about like the combination of both?
That was gonna be my answer
Yeah.
if he came up to
Touche.
me. Yeah, both at the same time.
Touche.
What if you were on a desert island? Everyone was gone. Just you and another dude on a desert island.
Fuck. This is not good.
Would you end up banging that dude?
No, that's gonna be a beat off story right there. So me
You
and this
know,
dude,
someone asked us this question, Keefer, on a group text.
Yes.
And I said no, and you said no, and this person was not having it.
They're like, this person was like, you're full of shit. There's no way.
You would totally bang me. And we're like, Keefer and I are like, no,
No.
it doesn't matter. And I said, well, are there any animals around?
Yeah. That's what you said. I go, there's any
Yeah.
animal. I'm out on that.
Well, I'm just trying to think of something I would do before.
Like, I
that.
just think sex is done for the rest of my life. I'm
Right.
done.
Well, this person wasn't happy with that answer.
I'm good.
Yeah, no. And he,
So I both
dude, he and his Star Yamaha crew can fuck off.
Touche.
Touche.
Oh, man.
All right.
All right. Beat off stories. Keep you after dark. Good one.
Keep After Dark brought to you by GrillYourAssOff.com.
Hold on, take one real quick.
Oh, here we go. Janky Mike.
Welcome to the show. Who's this?
Hey man, it's JR.
What's up, JR?
Hey, man, I've worked for a prison for 21 years. Keefer, you're banging that dude on the island. I'm sorry, bro.
No way.
21 years in a prison.
What is that? It's a fucking prison. What does that have to do with the island?
He's seen some shit.
No. I worked. Because you said you wouldn't bang a dude, right?
No.
Never, ever.
Never, ever.
Fuck my ass.
I beg to differ, man. I'm a straight dude, but I've seen a lot of weird shit in a prison, man.
I'm not debating that at all. I'm sure you have. But what I'm saying is, if I'm on a desert island, the thought of fucking some guy's ass isn't in my mind space. It's not happening. I'm writing the story of my life. This is my book.
This person said you would end up doing it.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's horrible. That is why they have pictures on their bunks. That's why they bite the pillows. That's why they have fifis. Trust me, we're going down a road you don't want to. Go
here's the thing. I don't care if another man wants another man. That's fine with me. I'm good with it. It's not for me.
100%. Absolutely. Me either. So that you're a stand-up dude. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm just good.
I get it. No, I get it. But I've seen a lot of straight dudes that are doing life without that.
Yeah, see.
Said the same thing coming in.
What about you?
Life in prison.
Years down the road, bro. They're biting some pillows.
I think they're getting raped or something.
No.
They are. No, 100%.
I've watched Oz on HBO. I know it goes down in jails.
Okay. No, that's correct. That's jails. That's county. I work for a state, and then you got federal. There's a lot of different levels of rape, if you want to get into that.
Like levels of this shit.
No, we don't want to get into that.
You raped her. Right. You sure? It's after dark.
God.
I've seen some shit, bro.
So you a prison guard or something?
I am. I'm a corrections officer.
Okay.
I've done Thomas's thing up here in Seattle.
So what happens then if you see that? Do you break them up or do you just let them do it?
Well, I've been in 20 years. And 20 years ago when I started, we would forcefully go in and stop them.
Right.
Now, because of the way my state works and the laws that have been implemented, I basically have to knock, and if it looks consensual, I basically have them pull their pants up, come out with me, I separate them, because you got to remember, I'm in Washington, so we have women now in our prison systems, in my men's prison.
Oh, wow.
So I have transgenders, so they have boobs, and I strip them out every day. So you got all kinds of crazy stuff in there.
So wow. Bro.
Right?
You don't get paid enough money.
Right.
Right? No.
Just for all the shit, you see.
This is what happens, Keefer, when you break bones early trying to chase the dream, and your dad passes at 20. So you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, hey,
motocross.
I feel like you got a good job. Dude, I feel like that's not.
Dude, no, I'm not complaining. I love my job. I'm just saying there is some weird stuff behind those wires, but it is all humane. Like, I'm not saying anything bad is happening.
Right.
We step in. Laws are enforced. Nothing that is unconsensual is happening.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, how does that relate to Steve and I being on an island and me just...
we went down our path, man. No, I'm just saying you were a hell of a man for saying man to man that you would never screw another dude, because I'm a straight man, never screwed a dude. I'm just saying, in my life, in my experience,
he's seen it.
I've seen a lot of straight dudes turn.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying,
what did you think he meant?
Are like me, who are strong-headed, saying, I would never. But I'm just saying, I've seen the other side, and I've never been forced to have the choice.
Copy that. Okay, now I understand what you're saying.
What did you think he meant?
I just thought he said he's seen it so much that all dudes are going to eventually turn.
No.
Yeah,
he's saying dudes are just around on an island.
Oh, I totally agree. I'm sure there are guys that switch their mind because this is what I got.
But you're saying you're saying this.
Oh, you're either gay for the day, gay for the stay.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I think I would just beat off. I'm just going to beat off.
Oh, dude, me too. I'm good. Like my porter. Hey, my porter. Good dude. He uses my bathroom. It's all good.
I mean,
because they took all their porn away from them up here.
I might have could have been with Steve on the island, but he never let me in for a surprise in his house, so I'm out.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah.
All right. Kick you out anyway.
Thanks for the call, man. Thank you for the call.
All right, man. Later.
Thanks. Yeah, you never know.
I just want to get some cock.
If you do end up on that island and you do end up changing your mind, don't use conditioner as lube.
Right.
Yep.
Salt water only.
All right, everybody. Another edition of Keefer After Dark.
Round of applause, everybody. That was great. Great show.
Connor, thanks for coming in.
No problem, man. Hey, let's talk to Randy. Let's do something with these Starcross 5s. I want to make sure someone who actually deserves them and will use them gets them.
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought I was going to say, let's talk to Randy about that rubber shootout that you want to do.
Yeah. The bobindum material.
I mean, if we could sell them or something and use the money to buy every condom we could possibly find to do the test.
I'm in. I'm down to do the test.
If that's what we need to go, I mean, we can figure it out.